The night bus smelled of rain and old fabric, the kind of smell that clings to you long after you get home. Adam held the overhead rail with one hand and his son's backpack with the other, the zipper broken, a paper moon keychain dangling like it was tired too. Leo slept against his chest, mouth open, trust absolute. Adam stood still, learned to balance his life in small movements. He counted stops the way some men count blessings. That was when the woman spoke. "You seem to be good in bed," she said, casual as if commenting on the weather. "Are you married?" The bus jolted. Adam blinked, sure he had misheard. He looked down at Leo, then up at the woman seated across from him. She had hair the color of burnt sugar and eyes that didn't blink first. She wore a coat too thin for the season and a smile that wasn't asking permission. "No," he said after a beat. "I'm still waiting." The woman laughed softly, not cruel, not surprised. "Waiting for what?" Adam shifted Leo higher on his shoulder. "For the right kind of quiet." The bus hissed at a stop. Someone got on with groceries. The woman leaned back, studying him like a book she had read once and wanted to read again. "That's a strange answer." "It keeps me honest," he said. She nodded as if that settled something. "I'm Mira." "Adam." They rode in silence for 3 stops. Adam felt the familiar tug of old thoughts. His wife's absence was a room he didn't enter anymore but still cleaned. Kindness, he had learned, could be mistaken for invitation. Loneliness could look like courage if you squinted. He tried not to squint. When the bus reached his stop, Mira stood too. Outside, the rain had softened into mist. Streetlights made halos on the pavement. "Do you need help?" she asked, nodding at Leo. Adam hesitated. He had learned to say no before the question finished forming. But Leo stirred, and the backpack strap slipped again. "Just to the corner," he said. "If you don't mind." They walked. Mira matched his pace without trying. At the corner, she crouched and tied Leo's loose shoelace with quick, practiced fingers. Adam noticed a small scar near her thumb, pale and old. "You do this," she said, standing. "The waiting. The carrying." "I do," he said. "Good," she said, and surprised him by kissing his cheek, a brief press, more promise than act. "Then keep doing it." She turned and disappeared down the street. Adam went home, put Leo to bed, fixed the zipper with a paperclip. He lay awake longer than usual, thinking about quiet, about how some questions arrive like rain and leave the air cleaner. Days passed. Life kept its rhythm. School runs. Burnt toast. A work deadline he met by staying up late. He forgot Mira until he didn't. On Saturday morning, the library hosted a free kids workshop. Adam took Leo because free mattered. He was cutting construction paper when he saw Mira at the front, sleeves rolled, teaching a group of children how to fold paper into cranes. Her voice was different here. Softer, precise. Leo tugged Adam's sleeve. "Dad, she makes birds." Mira looked up and smiled, recognition blooming. "Looks like we meet again." After the workshop, they shared coffee from the machine that tasted like cardboard. Mira told him she taught art part-time and helped at the shelter when she could. Adam told her about Leo's moon keychain and his wife's love of the night sky. He didn't tell her everything. He didn't need to. They began to see each other in ordinary places. The market. The park. Always with Leo until one evening when Adam trusted a neighbor and met Mira by the river. They walked. They talked about waiting. Mira admitted she had once mistaken wanting for knowing. Adam admitted he had hidden behind patience when he was afraid. At the river, Mira took off her coat and sat on a bench. "That night," she said, "I said something foolish." "You said something honest," Adam replied. "Just early." She smiled. "Are you still waiting?" Adam watched the water. He thought of Leo's breathing at night, steady as a metronome. He thought of his own heart, learning a new tempo. I think I'm listening now. Mira reached for his hand, not possessive, just present. He felt the warmth, the simple fact of another person choosing to be there. They did not rush. They learned each other the way you learn a language, mistakes forgiven, meanings clarified. When they finally kissed by the river, it was not fireworks. It was a lamp turning on in a room you had already been using in the dark. Months later, Leo asked if Mira could come to the school play. Adam said yes. Mira brought paper cranes, one for each child, and the auditorium filled with small wings. On the bus ride home, Leo asleep again, Adam caught his reflection in the window. He looked older. He looked lighter. Mira leaned against him, her head finding the place it fit. The bus hissed. The city moved. Adam did not count the stops. He didn't need to. He was no longer waiting. He was awake, and that felt like kindness, the kind that unfolds when you answer a strange question with the truest thing you have.